Okay, make sure you screenshot. And then, of course, our mission is to raise 50,000 diamonds in the connected economy and usher in the next generation world changers. What's your quota? I always ask my team, what's your quota? I already have mine. In fact, it's something that I keep thinking of all the time. There are things that yesterday I was having a meeting with somebody, and he was telling me how all the things that he wrote down, all the vision, all the things that he has dreamed of from when he was 18, that he just saw the way that the universe was bringing, aligning those things on his way. You meet people, you don't even know that there are people that are going to bring your dreams, your goals, your visions to you. Because if your mind is constantly on it, the universe has a way of aligning with you. You are that powerful. This is not even part of my cell meeting, but I don't know why the Holy Spirit is bringing me in this direction. So this is my cell meeting now. The meeting has started. New challenge. That's why I asked, what is the season now? What next? Project Activate. I remember when the project was about to be launched, when Ambassador said after 20 days game run, we're now going to go into Project Activate. I'm like, oh no, not again. I was looking for, I'm just being honest though. Let me just tell you people now. I thought that we'll have a window to rest. But then I saw that we had already built a momentum. Like we were already in project 20, the 60 years game run. Okay. We're already on that. And then moving from that to project activate, of course that had to happen. Why? Because a lot of us signed up new people, right? And we needed to help those people. And I'm going to tell the people that didn't run that challenge, please do it. Even if you do it for the first month, this first month of project activate, so that you have people you're working with in the next 2 months. Okay. So the objective of this cell meeting today is for you to understand the particular income producing activities that you are expected to generate results, you're expected to do to generate results. Okay. And then, of course, understand the minimum required effort, the body of work you need to put in to generate the results. I learned this from a training engineer lad did, and what inspired me to do the cell meeting in line with this is because a lot of people come to the office and they ask me, so what am I supposed to do? What am I required to do and all of that? And there are people that maybe they don't have a clear-cut roadmap. They don't have Ambassador Didi talked about planning your day before. Okay, so I'm just going to project to you what is required of you, whether you're a full-timer or a part-timer or even a loafer. Okay. And then, of course, to determine whether you're a child, a worker, or a warrior leader. That's for those of you that did not attend that Ambassador Michael's training. He did a training about the true workforce, and he defined the different categories of people in our business. The children that sit down and complain, they didn't do this for me, they want chocolate, they want to be pacified and all of that. And then the true workers, the people who actually do their activities, but not in their numbers and all of that. And then the warrior leaders are the ambassadors of the business, the people who are sold out to their goals, sold out to the vision, sold out to their responsibilities, who have owned up to the business, to what we're doing here. Okay. And then, of course, to help you stop depending on luck. A lot of us, even I, at some point in this business, I was just hoping and wishing that I'll just get one eagle that will just come and sign up, and I'll have the time to be sleeping. I'll just be matching left and right, on two sides. No, This meeting will help you to stop depending on luck and start engaging in the true work that produces predictable results. And I told somebody yesterday, our business is a sorting business. You may come across the chickens, so you have to sort out the eagles from the chickens. Okay, God will not just drop an eagle for you. First of all, you have to be an eagle yourself. Okay, so now that you're either an active partner or you are a kingsman. If I go to the comment section and tell me what position are you in this business as we speak? You're an active partner, a partner, you're just a customer, this is your first sale meeting, you're welcome, congratulations. If you're a kingsman, you're an ECL, you're a cell leader, your whatever you are, please type it in the comment section so that I'll know the group of people, the majority of the people that I'm talking to. Please, quickly, let's do that so that we can finish 20 minutes. What's your rank as we speak? I'm waiting for your comments. I've seen Kingsman. If you don't know, say I'm not sure. If you don't know, say I'm just a partner. Because if you don't know your rank, that means you're just a partner. Okay? Partner. Beautiful. I'm waiting for your comments, guys. The numbers are not even encouraging, but go ahead. We'll move. Partner, Kingsman. If you will not respond, say I will not respond. No matter what I say. If you're not going to respond, say I won't answer you. Okay. Okay. So I have a lot of partners. They're new partners. I have a lot of Kingsmen, active partner, Kingsman, active partner, active partner. There are more Kingsmen and active partners. Beautiful. So if you're new and you don't know your rank, here I'm going to guide you on what to fight for now. Okay, what to go for. I usually say fight because it's actually a fight. You have to fight for it. Anything good you want in life, you have to fight for it. So the journey of building a leverage, sustainable, strong, and formidable business starts um when you become a leader, when you grow. And the vision now, the goal now is project activate and grow. We are doing the project activate so that we all can grow. For some of us, we're doing it to sort out our leaders, to get the leaders, okay, to also help people to become leaders. I'll get there anyway. So the journey of building leverage and to grow starts when you decide to become a leader or a kingsman. If you're a kingsman, it's when you decide to move from kingsmanship to the next level, which is easier. And we don't plateau here. There's always a there to get to. My dad always said, there's always a there to get to. If you get there, if you're a partner now, your goal is to become an active partner. Activate your two, right? And then if you're already an active partner, your goal is to become what? Kingsman. And after Kingsman is ECL, and then I have my own goal as well. Okay. So every activity done before achieving the rank status of a kingsman or um whatever rank it is ahead of you is all preparatory. In fact, from being an active partner, from being a partner to ECL is a preparatory process, to be honest. It's just preparing you for the next phase of the business where I did a training before on the sequence, the growth of being growing from active income to passive income. Active income, when you're still an active partner, you're still a kingsman and all of that, there are activities that you must do, you must act before you you begin to, before you earn money, if you earn direct connectors bonus, it's still active income. Okay, until you grow a team to the level that whether you're there or you're not there, like the period when Ambassador Ronke went to Canada to have her baby, it took a while, but she had built a team that, I mean, she could do well even without being here. But we see that she still does the activity just to encourage us and all of that. But for you to build a sustainable income, you have to move from the left side to the right side. The left side is the side where you're earning active income, you're a partner, active partner, kingsman is here before you move to the next side. Okay. Now you step into the vision of C2 energy properly when you are inducted as a leader or a kingsman. Your goal is to first become a kingsman. If you're already a kingsman, your goal is to move from there, and that's why we're doing this project Activate. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, this is a cell meeting, and I'm going to be honest with you. If I ask how many of us that are kingsmen have those people that made us kingsmen still running the business? How many of your kingsmen are here? If you're an ECL, how many of your kingsmen are here? If you're a kingsman, how many of your active partners are still building the business? Those kingsmen that made you to become a kingsman, how many of them are still here? I need your responses quickly, because the truth is, a lot of people didn't become kingsmen organically. If you're a true kingsman, that means that this cell meeting number, you should have minimum of 5 active partners that are here with their 2 activators or their 1 person that they activated. Okay, I'm just doing a realistic analysis. I myself that I'm talking to you, not all my kingsmen are here. Okay, that's why I'm saying to you, we need to do it over and over again until you have the true leaders. Okay, and of course, it's unlocking and accessing the full potential of the power of the business, the grace that we enjoy in this in the challenges that we have is by I'll say that again, unlocking and accessing the full potential of the grace and power backing the vision, the power backing the vision that we're running. Okay, that is why I try to key into any challenge that is running, because I know that there's a grace. Anytime our leaders bring up something, I know that there's a grace that is backing it up. So I try to fall in line. So if you have not been inducted as a Kingsman, make sure that the next induction you're there, and then you start focusing on being an ECL. The reason why I came through this route is because of the reason why we're doing the project Activate. There's something that is going to happen in the next 3 months that you have to become an ECL to attend that event. You don't want to go under that pressure that you went through when we were just going to have only Kingsmen. Okay, so I'm doing this to help you have the winning mindset as a leader, as an active partner, as a kingsman. Okay, now a kingsman is somebody that takes ownership of the business, you're responsible for your team. And I tell my teammates that the moment you sign up somebody, the moment you sign up one person, you're responsible for that person that you signed up. Sorry, I'm whispering a bit because my children are still sleeping. I don't want them to, I hope you can hear me loud and clear though. Right? Your mindset is, I want to take ownership of this business. Even if you are new, I just started this business. You know how you open a new business, you start up a new business. Imagine you open a restaurant. You can't leave that restaurant now. You want to know the number of customers that are coming into your restaurant. You want to know the feedback and all of that. You're there all through to understand the business. Thank you, Dr. Joel. So you're taking ownership of your business, you're taking responsibility. Okay, I'm talking to especially the new people that are here. Okay, you want to have a builder's mindset. When you start up a business or when you start building, there are things that you discover in the process of building. You don't know it all. You can't know it all. There are things that you discover in the process, on the job, when you're hands-on. Even when you have children, as a new parent, there are things you learn on the process, in the process of being a mother or being a father. You learn your child, you learn their temperament, you learn the things that they like, the things that they don't like, the things that they throw tantrums about. You're having a builder's mindset, and that is what happens when you sign up a new person. You're understanding your new teammates, you're understanding the business first, so that you know how you can relate it to the people that are coming into your business. Okay, you have a progressive mindset. No matter what, when challenges come, you're telling yourself that, okay, you're just learning this thing, you're just growing through it. In our business, we tell people we don't blow, we grow. So when you're growing through it, it's progressive. You're learning how to handle challenges while you're moving forward. Even if you fail, you're failing forward. That's what we tell people in our business. So this is more like an IPO QSG kind of training to infuse the mindset that you must have as a winner, as somebody who wants to succeed in this project, activate and grow. And this is what a growth mindset does. You're optimistic, you're constantly trying to learn. Yesterday, while I was driving to town, I had a meeting in town. While I was driving to town, I was listening to a training. In fact, I listened to two trainings from one of our G leaders, you know. Um, and if you're not following our G leaders on their YouTube channels, Ambassador Ronke, um, Ambassador Kelechi is always posting content. If you're not following them, just make sure you do, because a lot of things that I learn are from our leaders, the things they post, some of them that I interact with, I listen to them, I read in between the lines when I'm talking to them. That's the mentorship. When we promise you mentorship, it's not just when you attend Supercell meeting. How many people even attend the Supercell meeting in the first place? Do you get? So you have to have your own time of personal development. And being optimistic shows when you are open-minded to learning, you're optimistic. Oh, even if I did my lunch and only two people came, somebody responded to Biola's message. Yes, was it yesterday or so that they did a lunch? Or was it Ambassador's? And I can't remember, but I saw that message. And the person was saying that she did a launch and only two people showed up. What should I do? I said, is that even a question? You're optimistic that, oh, okay, if I did a launch the first time and nobody showed up, or one person showed up, or nobody even paid, you're developing yourself and you're growing through the process. You learn how not to do certain things that you did that didn't give you results. So you go and learn the right way to do it, or you do it again. Okay, you do it again. They say that if you do something over and over again, a ratio will appear. Okay, and of course, you're innovative. I signed up somebody that is always giving me new ideas. Have you done this? Have you people tried to do this? Have you? I'm impressed that somebody that is new, that means the person has a progressive mindset. The person is already thinking of things to do, innovations. The person is proactive. So I just told her, just calm down, finish your SMO checklist first before we begin to, because you have to have a grip of the business. You have to have the what other people in other organizations will say, the technical know-how, the basics. You have to understand the basics of the business before you we tell people, don't go and start talking to people about the business because you're new. You have to first have the results. You have to understand the basics so that when questions are thrown at you, you are not caught off balance and all of that. Okay, but it's good to be innovative and of course sacrificial. I'm assuming that everybody that is in this cell meeting is a leader already, because it is leaders that on a public holiday will come into cell meeting, and and of course I want to believe that everybody who is in cell meeting today is aspiring to become a leader. When I started this business, I never saw myself on this end that I'll even anchor cell meeting. And maybe presentation, I thought that maybe one of these days I'll start presentation. But I didn't think that I'll get to this point that I'll now be teaching others. And that is why I always tell people, when you attend a meeting, attend it with the heart to teach others, not just to take for yourself. God is actually looking for channels. He's not looking for a reservoir. He's looking for people that will give back, people that are fountains and not a drain. I know people who have been attending cell meetings consistently for ages. They still have nothing to show. They don't do activities. They don't teach anybody else. Even when God shows them mercy because of their consistency and he gives them one or two people to join their business, they don't know what to do with the people. All they do is take. They are just takers. They don't give back. They are just, that is why I always tell people, your mindset must shift from being a receiver to being a giver too. The Bible says it is more blessed to give than to receive. Okay? So I don't know why I'm saying this, but you have to have that sacrificial heart before you can grow. We're thinking of growth, right? You can't sow thorns and reap figs. You cannot reap where you didn't sow. Okay? So your goal is to make sure that whatever you have learned, whatever you are taking from your leaders, you're also giving to some other people. That is why in our business, if you're making 10 million naira, you're making 5 million naira, and you don't have teammates who are making 1 million naira each, you're not really celebrated like that. So what? You're just one of those people. But if you have people within your team that are growing and are making money, that's why sometimes, to be honest, I don't know if our ambassador is listening, but sometimes I get wary of sending my name for awards. If I'm the only person who is going to be celebrated in my team, I don't like it. I'm just being honest with you guys. So I try to push my team. Sometimes it's so bad that it even looks that like I'm benefiting from your success, like you are doing me a favor. It almost looks like that. The leaders will understand this. There are people that you will have to push because it's almost like they don't really want the success. You want their success more than them. Because you want them to be celebrated, you are doing flyers for them, you are giving them questionnaires, you are doing it's all part of the sacrifice. Once you become a leader, there's a different level to it. Okay, and it is more blessed to be in that level. Don't even be afraid. Okay, it is more blessed to be in that level. When I do a presentation and I show um that place where we do the charity events, I ask people, which side do you prefer, to be the giver or the receiver? Which one do you prefer? And a lot of them will say, I want to be the giver. Oh." Some people, it's not everybody that generous, but if you understand that principle, your mindset will change. You will have an abundance mindset. Okay, some of these things, they are not in the book, so they're just principles, God's principles. Okay, of course, your level of commitment must be different. I really wanted to sleep today, to be honest, because yesterday was crazy for me. In fact, when Biola, she's my accountability partner, of course. Ambassador Ronke is always checking on me, sending me, putting me under pressure to do what I need to do. But I mean, when she called me and said I'm supposed to anchor cell meeting, not that I forgot, I put this thing, but I'm like, me that I really want to sleep. Yesterday I got home late and all of that. But you see, because of the commitment, in fact, even while I was sleeping, because of how tired I was, I knew I was so tired, I kept waking up at intervals to check the time so that I don't sleep so much and disappoint not just myself, my team, and my leaders. That's where the loyalty comes in. Okay, your level of commitment. If you say you'll do something, make sure you do it. Of course, willingness to learn the new skills and grow. This is just, you will never get to a point that you are done growing, you are finished growing, or you are done knowing. No, no. Every day we grow, every day we're learning, every day we're learning. Okay, of course, now that you're an active partner or a Kingsman, what next? What next? You start building. And what can you see on my screen, please? The cell meeting sounds so quiet, as if there are no people here. I can't see responses. What can you see on my screen? What next? You're going to be hearing this for a long time until we finish this phase. Okay? Thank you. Start building. Project activate. I want to see your comments. So those people that don't like responding, don't worry. One day you'll be the one at the other end. Progress. Progress. Project activate. Start building. Project activate. Remember, I told you it's a building phase. It's a building phase. Thank you. Start building. Project activate. Start building. I put it in bold and in red because this is what you are doing. Now, when you build, you're not doing your leader a favor. It's your team, it's your business. Start building. If you have been in this business, you have been consistent with cell meeting, you have been doing all the activities, then now is the time for you to actually start building. As I'm talking to you, I'm also talking to myself. Okay, I'm also talking to myself. So start building. Your next goal is to become, if you're just a partner now, your next goal is to become an active partner. If you're an active partner now, your next goal is to become a Kingsman. If you're just look at the next target to you, in the next 2 weeks, just become the next thing. Okay, the next rank. Okay, of course, we already have the tools. What are the tools that we have? The SMO checklist, which helps you to become a Kingsman. And you see, even if you're already a Kingsman, you're required to go through the SMO checklist. I don't know how many times I've gone through this SMO checklist, to be honest. I have an SMO checklist in ambassadors table. When we came back from Nairobi and Ambassador Mike decided to change the ranking, the requirements and all of that, a lot of us started all over again. Even the leaders started all over again. That SMO checklist that I did that time, that was signed by the G leaders. I have it in fact, I plan to go and look for it in her table. I want to laminate it and put it in my office so that anybody I'm showing, I'll say, see, I've gone through this and I'm still going through it with some of my new teammates. You don't know what it does to you. When you do something over and over again, when you teach something over and over again, it stays with you more. There are things that I can do on the SMO checklist that if you wake me up from sleep, I'll do it. You know that Randy Cage video that he poured water on somebody, all those his clown things that he did, I can literally say some of them. Okay? There's no way you will go through. It's difficult. Yes, you build mastery. It's difficult for you to actually go through the SMO checklist back to back. You teach it. Somebody said last slide, you teach it. This is just what is in the last slide. There's nothing serious there. Okay. There's no way you would teach this SMO checklist. You go through it yourself over and over and you teach it, that you don't build mastery. It's not possible. There is hardly, see, people that quit, I notice that people that quit are people that don't really value trainings and personal developments. They don't follow the instructions. So if you're here and you don't follow through the challenge, you don't do all the things that the collective group, the leadership ask us to do, you don't do it. If you don't respond in cell meeting, they ask a question and you are just looking, let them finish. Maybe you're even playing with your other phone, you have two phones, you're playing with it, you don't respond, you don't really internalize what they're saying, just know that your days are numbered. That's why I said you can't reap what you don't sow. You can't reap where you didn't sow, and you can't sow figs and thorns and reap figs. It's not possible. It's a mindset thing. Okay. And in fact, I don't want to enter that bush. It's a spiritual law. What you don't honor doesn't bless you. That's just it. Okay. So yes, the SMO checklist and the 555 worksheet, we already know it. If you don't have the hard copy of the SMO checklist, go to your leaders and get it. And of course, the 555 worksheet. Do you know, to be honest, when I came to this business, when I was hearing 555 worksheet, I didn't know what it meant. In fact, till I became a Kingsman, I just became a Kingsman following the the first time, that first time, not after I became a leader. That first time, I just became a Kingsman because I finished my SMO checklist, and I didn't really understand what the 555 worksheet meant. But I want to break it down for you now. Your first goal now is to sign up at least 5 people that you're working with. Okay? You can see it numbered 1 to 5. Now, the goal is to help them do weekly, help each of them launch out their business and do all of that. Help them activate their accounts. Help them to sign up minimum of 2 people that they too will start working with. Okay? Don't let it scare you. It's very easy. It's just, see, this thing is just a form of KPI. It's a form of helping you to have a guide, to know what to do. A lot of people join a multi-level marketing company and they don't really know what to do. I've got a lot of people ask me, so what do you people really do? When you say you're in the office, what do you really do? When you come to the office, what are you doing in the office? I'll show you what we really do. Okay, so that you have a guide. Okay. Now, of course, the 555 worksheet is the system to becoming a leader and raising leaders. It helps you to raise leaders. This is your sorting phase. Remember, I told you that in the process of looking for your kingsmen, your leaders, your eagles, you'll find chickens. Yes, some of those chickens will make it to that 555 worksheet. Or you will replace them as you go. I just pray that you will not be somebody that will be replaced by your leader, by you not doing your activities of following leadership or following the vision of what we're doing. I just pray that you will not be. Tell yourself now, just close your eyes and tell yourself that I will not be replaced by my leader. I will not be the one that will drop the ball for the team. I will not make it to somebody's 555 worksheet and now be removed. Just tell yourself that. You know, as I grew in this business, and I tried to be very honest with my team. When I saw this opportunity, I wasn't looking for any leadership. I didn't want any rank. In fact, I was running away from, till today, I just do it because it's the order, is what I'm required to do. But all those celebrations, and they were not what I was looking for. My goalpost has changed. When I came, I was only looking for something that would give me extra 50K and 100K at the end of the month, so that I can buy the bags I like, so that I can give my daughter a better quality of life, so that I won't be behind on my bills like I was. I'm just being honest with you. But you see, as you align to the vision, as you align to the system, the structure, and all of that, some things will change in you. You don't even have to pray for it. It will happen naturally because the universe is working in alignment with you. You know, you, especially when you ask God to guide you, to direct your path, to show you your purpose and your use, your plans, the plans he has for you and the purpose he has for you in life. When you pray those prayers, you don't even know that God is answering those prayers. So when you found yourself in this business, you didn't know that God was answering your prayer. You just thought that, oh, you just came to a business and you signed up into a business that will give you extra 50K, 100K. You didn't know that God answered that prayer that you prayed, that he should lead you to your destiny and your future so that you can fulfill his purpose for you. You didn't know. So when you refuse to align, you don't even know that there's something you are doing you're causing more harm to yourself than good. I don't know where that came from though, but I'm just saying your own is to align. I found a lot of things. The goalpost has changed for me. My dreams, my vision board has changed. Being in this system for 4 years, it has changed. Why? Because it has refined me. It has helped me to discover some things about myself that I didn't know. It has helped me to rid myself of some things, that some baggages that I was carrying that were not good for me. And I'm still in the process. I'm telling you this so that you will know what you're doing. When you want to quit, you think about it. You know that there's a greater purpose for which God brought you here. It wasn't by mistake. If you look at how you came here, some of you came here by, it was just by happenstance. In the layman's language, it is happenstance, but the Bible calls it time and chance. It was time and chance that happened for you, that you saw it. When I used to wish that I saw this opportunity sooner, an ambassador would tell me, God allowed you to see it at the time that you will value it. So it's not happenstance, it is time and chance that happened for you. Okay, let me move from here. This was not part of my meeting, but maybe Holy Spirit needed somebody to hear this. And then, of course, steps to becoming a leader. I'll breeze through this. If you want to screenshot, okay? Start building using the 555 worksheet. Run the 20 in 30 days recruitment. Or, if I put this here because there are people who didn't do it the first time. So you can use this first month to do it, and then join in on the project, activate. It's a double-edged sword. You can do the two at once, and then of course start your personal monthly PMA, especially for those who want to attain the ranks of ECL and all. I haven't been consistent with this too though, but I'm also talking to myself. Okay, and then of course start running presentations. On Monday, or when was it, Ambassador, or Tuesday, Ambassador talked about um, the growth process. When you're growing, you're learning to do the presentations, you attend the trainings, you know what to say to people, learning to do the presentations is part of the growth. Okay, I don't want to be the leader that I'm needed all the time. If I'm not in the office, I don't want it. I want to grow people that are even better than me by God's grace. That's the goal. So you, as the person who is being led, tell yourself that anything that you see in your leader that you like, you admire, that you have to call her for or call him for, just learn it. Learn that thing so that you don't have to be at their mercy. You don't have to keep calling them all the time. Anything. See, I really wanted to be able to close. First of all, I really wanted to present like Ambassador Ronke. So I never missed any of her presentations, whether online or offline. I never, except if I was on admission or I was outside the country. But even if I was outside the country or on admission, I still had my phone with me. There was a time that I was admitted in the hospital, that I was attending cell meetings, I was attending presentations. The nurses had to collect the phone from me, and I told them that I told them that if you collect my phone, you listen to that training, that meeting, and tell me what they're saying later, since you want me to rest. At the end of the day, I signed up those two nurses. We became friends and I signed them off. You see, so you must tell yourself that that thing that you admire in that leader that you like so much, you must learn those things for yourself. There's a reason why you admire those things. It's because you can be it. And you know, God puts some desires in our hearts because He knows that we're qualified for it. Anything that you like, anything that you see and admire, there are things that you can have yourself. That desire is God that put that desire in your heart because you have the potential, you have the power to get it. Okay, and of course upgrade to minimum. I tell my teammates, in fact, I fight for this for them as if no, if you are running this project activate with one leg, with one account, oh my goodness. Hi. The minimum you can do this project activate with is 7 accounts. If you must go and rob a bank, that's illegal, but I mean, it's just a metaphor or whatever figure of speech that is. If you must run this, if you're going to run this, yeah, if they're, I don't want to call it poor, but if heaven and earth, if you have combed everywhere and all you can do is one account, no problem. But if you have not combed heaven and earth to raise money for 7 accounts, go and do it. Go and do it before the end of this week. Upgrade your account to the maximum as fast as possible. Why did I say that? Because you need 5 legs to become an ECL. You need, if you want to start making ₦1 million monthly, I'm not going to go into that illustration. Ask your leader. Okay. Of course, working and grinding category as I round up. All active partners and inducted Kingsmen are expected to fall under any of these work categories, okay? And I would advise you, I know before when I started this business just before COVID, I did a lot of grind on my dining table. I ran the business on my dining table for a while. Of course, COVID year, nobody was going. But even before that, I was always going for, then we used to even go for sale meeting physically in the office. Okay. But then this is a business that you can do online. But if you are in a state that has a physical office, I beg you, make sure you find a way to fit in there. There's something it does to you. I don't go to the office every day. Of course, I do a lot of one-on-ones outside the office. There are some high network individuals that I know will not come to my office. I go to them. But even at that, there's something going to the office does to you and your team. You know, Ambassador Nefo did a training at Emerge. For those of you that were at Emerge, if you remember, he said, how many full-timers can you build from online? How many people can you duplicate? So I used to have the mindset that I can build my business online. I can have eagles, leaders online and all of that. No. Last year, before I lost my dad, I had a lot of people that, in fact, there was no weekend that I didn't sign up somebody from online. Back to back, I was doing home launches. I was signing up people. People were coming with multiple accounts and all of that. But where are they today? That is not really duplicable. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it's not so duplicable. So if you're in a state that has a physical office, go there, see what they're doing. Especially if you have a progressive mindset, if you're thinking of the future, you want to be an Ambassador Ronke, you want to be an Ambassador Lola, you want to be an Ambassador Didi, and all the other leaders, all those people have offices all over. Even when they sign up people from online, they convert them to the physical office. They mentor them from there as well. That's why even if you don't go to the office every day, Ambassador invites you to the home advantage training in the office. There's a reason why. Okay, and of course, there's something that physical interaction with the leaders does for you. You also have uh opportunity to learn from other grinders there. Okay, that was just a disclaimer. So of course, full time you must do 8 to 10 hours, part time 2 to 4 hours daily. This is the mindset. If you're just coming to this business, you want to build that 1 million that you're saying, hey, I've seen a business that can be making 500K to 1 million naira monthly. If you want to build that, this is the required time. Okay, as I round up, I'll stop wherever I stop. I have more to say, but so your daily method of operation is, of course, and what do we do? When people ask me, what do you people really do when you do this kind of business? You know, there are people that think that those of us that are running this kind of this business model is work that we didn't see. We went and looked for job. We didn't see job. That's why we fit in here. People like me, I resigned from my so-called, in quote, good job, and I came to do it. It was a choice. So people have that mindset. But then, what do we really do? The 7 skills, I would have asked us to put it down there, but my time is up. Our 7 skills. If you're a new person here, please screenshot this. We do prospecting, inviting, presenting, follow up, closing or close down, helping a new distributor to get started right, and promoting events. That is why, if see, events that you promote are also sell meeting. You must okay, I just read a message. So if you're not promoting sell meeting, you have not started learning the skill of promoting events. That's the first event that you must promote. Okay, if you promote sell meeting enough, you won't need to promote for big events so much, because you would have sown that seed. Whatever your teammates are hearing at sell meeting, whatever you are hearing at cell meeting, your cell meetings, your teammates will also hear at cell meeting. So when we're all promoting events, you people are doing it together. So this is what we do. These are the core skills of our business you must learn, and that's why you must read GoPro. Okay, and Engineer Lad did a training. He said the skill level according to the law of averages by Jim Rohn. As a beginner, if you're a beginner here, if you invite 10 people, maybe one person shows up, because you are still a beginner, you've not learned the skills, right? If you're an amateur, if you invite 10 people, maybe 2 persons will show up. But if you're a professional, if you invite 10 people, just see you, this our business is an adventure. If you invite 10 people, 3 or more persons show up. I know people that when they do an invitation, when they're doing an event, the whole of Africa shows up for them. There are people that are influential like that. Okay. So if you're able to fit yourself in to any of this, you know the numbers that you should do to get the kind of results that you want. Okay, and then your skill level according to the law of averages by Jim Rohn. As a beginner, if you present or you talk to 10 people, 1 person signs up. An amateur, if you talk to 10 people, 2 persons show up. If you're a professional, if you talk to 10 people, 3 or more persons sign up. Okay, so your goal should be to move from a beginner to an amateur to a professional. Your goal is to become a professional. That is why we're reading Go Pro. Go Professional, Go Pro. If you have not read that book, please go and read it. Professionals are the ones that are carrying the markers. They are the ones that are closing down. They are the ones that are owning up to their business. They are the ones that are taking responsibility. They are the ones that are proactive. They are the ones that are innovative. They are not waiting for their leader to do anything for them. You know, in fact, sometimes when I don't call Ambassador Ronke for anything, except of course it's beyond me. And sometimes you say, but why didn't you call me? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you do? Why did? Because I feel that I'm not a baby anymore. I want to. It's not even that. You know, the Holy Book says when you're a baby. You think like a baby. You act like a baby. But when you're a grown man, you talk like a baby. You act like a baby. You become independent to a level. Okay? So you must move from being a baby where your leader is doing everything. My boss, this, boss, my leader, this, my leader. No, no, no. Your goal is to become the person that somebody is calling you for those things. Okay? And of course, it's in the law of averages that you put in more and more comes out. You come out with more. As I round up, this is just screenshot this, please. I have 2 minutes to end this meeting. Your minimum daily activities from Monday to Friday, at least Monday to Friday. As a beginner, do 20 questionnaires. Monday to Friday, if you do 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, or you do 5, 5, Monday to Friday, you can do 20 questionnaires or flyers. Here in Kaduna, we use more flyers, okay? 35 bookings. If you do 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 every day, I gave some of my new people target of 10 every day, minimum of 10 confirmed bookings daily. Okay. And then, of course, 50 contact leads. Even when people come to your business presentation, even if they don't sign up, collect their contact list. You're generating more leads. You have 5 footfalls. That means that if you booked 35 people, at least you have 5 footfalls. Okay. And then, of course, your weekly goal is to sign up 2 people, recruit 2 people. For some people, it's not 2 people we're looking for. Me, I don't mind if I can sign up 5 to 10 people weekly and then focus on them to activate. Fine. But with this project, activate, your goal is to sign up 2 people weekly, 2 recruits weekly. Your goal, if you have, I don't know what your income target is, but at least 5 codes. If 2 people come in with the 330 package, that's 5 codes for you. In fact, even 6. Okay. And then, of course, 100 questionnaires weekly, depending on your target, depending on what is chasing you or what you are chasing. Okay. And of course, if you have a large team, you can break this, or you can even give yourself a target weekly. If you're trying to do 200, that's like 30 daily or 40 daily. And you get this number. Don't let the number scare you. It's just for you to break your big goals to smaller activities. And before you know it, you will achieve your goals. Okay. Of course, if you call 5 of your friends and tell each of them to give you 50 contact lists or 100 contact lists, you will get 250 contact leads generation. Okay, for those of you that are confused, you don't know what to do, you don't even know where to start from. I attempted the 90 days game run and it didn't work for me. I'm telling you what to do that will work for you. Okay, of course, for part-timers, screenshot this minimum daily activities. This one is data work. Some of us that are leaders self, this is what we do. Okay, 5 questionnaires daily, 5 booking calls. I have these flyers in my car that everywhere I go, I carry it with me. If you walk on legs, walk on 2 legs, you have ears and eyes, you will collect my flyer. Okay. Of course, there are places that I cannot park and do it, but as long as I do it on the go, so every day somebody must fill that flyer. Okay, of course, 15 bookings daily, 20 contact lead. Please just screenshot it, okay? And then weekly target your goals depending on what you are looking for, what is chasing you, and all of that. You can see that the consistent thing there is 2 recruits weekly, 2 recruits. This is a slow man's work schedule, okay? 2 codes weekly, 30 questionnaires, and all of that. Screenshot. If you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. If you try to do it 1, 2, 3 times, you didn't get any results, please keep at it. In fact, I remember when I started, when I became friends with one of the leaders in Boss Mike's team, he told me that when I told him that I did something, I can't remember whether it was questionnaire or radio. He now asked me that, for how many days did you do it? How many times did you do it? When I told him, he said, no, you have to do it at least 27 to 30 times before you know whether it works for you or not. Hey. So I'm just telling you now. And of course, when I did it over and over and over again, I became better at it and I began to see results. You make up in numbers what you lack in skill. You make up in numbers what you lack in skill. So whatever you're struggling with right now, if you're able to get more people to join the presentation, this was my biggest, as in when I started, I couldn't present, I couldn't, my greatest skill then was getting people, invitations. I would invite for Africa, especially if Ambassador Ronket tells me that she's presenting. When I know she's presenting her, I will make sure I get as many people as possible, because I knew that it's difficult for my leader to present and people don't sign up. In the office here, when I tell them that I'm going to do Amazon, physical Amazon, you see how people are inviting, and I just say, awesome God. This was the dream I had looking at Ambassador Ronke. I really wanted to be like her. And because I gleaned from her, I was learning the skills as she was doing, I was following like that. Today, in my small sphere, anytime I want to do a meeting, host a presentation or whatever, people are inviting. This was what I saw and I did. That is why I said, a grace you don't celebrate, you don't honor, you cannot attract, you cannot become. Okay? So you make up in numbers what you lack in skill. If you cannot do the presentation, you cannot do the close down and all of that, just make sure that your people are attending the physical meeting. When they finish, take them to ambassador or any of the leaders there. Biola is a good closer. Prince P is a good closer. I learned from all those people. Yeah, God rest Engineer Dominic. So, but we had leaders that I used to just go and sit down and listen to them. Till today, if Damian is closing, I'll go and sit down and say, what are you telling these people? When ambassador is talking to a high network individual, I'm sitting down, I'm just listening to learn. Okay, so that's how you make up what you don't know until you know it. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here. Of course, you must have an accountability system. There's a way to win and a way to lose. Each of them are predictable. Of course, I'm going to skip that. So yes, do your KPI, do all of that. So make sure that you have an accountability in place. There's a leader that you're reporting to your daily activities with what you just saw. Make sure that you have somebody that you're reporting to at all times. And of course, like I said, this is your goal, to have 5 legs. If you have one account, you cannot have these 5 legs. These 5 legs are just for people that have minimum. Okay, if you have one account, you can have 2 legs. That means that you have to build under other people. Okay, but if you have multiple accounts, you will have your direct sponsors that you're working with. This is your 55555. This is your first 555 worksheet that you're working with. And you become, if you help each of them using this project activate, you then become a kingsman. Okay, beautiful. I think I'm going to stop here. I was going to share some other things with us, but I've exceeded my time. I hope we got value. If you got value, go to the comment section and type what you learned quickly or your value while I hand over to our host. Thank you, Ambassador, for this opportunity to grow. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Telling me to do some things that I wasn't really comfortable with, but you really pushed me. You know, my leaders pushed me to do some of these things that I thought were not so pleasant to my flesh at the time. I didn't know that when you want to grow, most of the growth process will not be pleasant to you. But then the push was there, and I really appreciate it. This cell meeting that I do today, the trainings that I anchor, the cell meetings, the presentations, sending me on errands to go and meet this person and that, they have all formed and shaped me to become better. And I really appreciate it. And I pray that for each and everyone under my voice today, that you will grow to the point that you align yourself to leadership, to the mentorship, so that you too can become the best version of yourself. you can become better and you can become more valuable to yourself and the people around you. Okay. Have a beautiful day, everyone. God bless you. Thank you, Ambassador. Over to you, Ambassador Biola. Thank you. Mhm.
Ma, you are the host. You can end the meeting, ma.
Oh, okay. All right.